Hello everybody, this is Crystal Guardian here to do another tarot reading for the collective. I'm going to be using, it's What's the Tea Oracle, but I'll show you the box in a minute. It's this, I don't know if it's an older version of the What's the Tea Oracle. So we're just going to call in our guides, guardians, spirit, ancestors. Please give us your divine guidance and wisdom in this reading today. Any negative energies being sent our way, please return them back to the center. We ask this in the name of the Most High. Thank you. So we have Sleeping Princess come out. It says unmotivated, procrastinating, putting things off. We have fed up, over it, not having it, frustrated. We have trashed, rejection, taking out the trash, kicking to the curb. We have body shaming, low self-worth, negative body image, feeling judged. We have rebound, flighty, temporary option, unpredictable intentions. We have key player, important person, playing an essential role, irreplaceable. We have fuego, chemistry, intense passion, things heating up. And we have spiritual narcissist, spiritually egotistical, superiority complex, spiritual manipulation. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, this is what we don't see. We have IMY. I don't know what that means. Yearning, missing someone, reminiscing. So what I'm getting is somebody slept on you here with the Sleeping Princess. You got fed up with this person. You were over it. I feel like this person, like I said, was sleeping on you, sleeping on your relationship, putting things off. This person could have been future faking you, putting off commitment, something along those lines. You got fed up. You rejected this person. It says trashed. I feel like this person was trying to lower your self-worth here with the body shaming. This person left you feeling judged. This person, whoever they are, they're a spiritual narcissist. They tried to lower your self-esteem. And I feel like the reason that they did that was because if they could lower your self-esteem to feel like you weren't worth anything, then you wouldn't want to leave them because you would feel like you couldn't do any better. If somebody has low self-esteem, and if this person is a narcissists have low self-esteem. That is why they create this fake persona to build themselves up, because inside they carry a lot of shame that they don't want to address or deal with. So they build themselves up in their own mind. They believe that they're above everybody else. And if you're dealing with one, they will shame you to lower your self-worth so that they could keep you trapped and have control over you. So I do feel like whoever we're talking about is a spiritual narcissist. It says egotistical, superiority complex, spiritual manipulation. So I do feel like this person was very manipulative, did things to lower your self-esteem. They could have, with the rebound here, they could have left you for somebody else. But this can also just be, if there was no third party involved, that they treated you like you were an option. They were very unpredictable. It says flighty, temporary option, unpredictable intentions. So I feel like this person was very hot and cold. You never really felt safe with them. You never knew where you stood with them. I feel like even if you weren't in a third party, this person, like I said, was very hot and cold, in and out. They treated you like an option. Like you were not a priority to this person. They didn't treat you like their friends came first. Their family came first. Their job came first. And you were always put on the back burner. This person, like I said, was always sleeping on you here. They would promise you something and then put it off. Basically, future fake, make promises, and then come up with an excuse to not follow through. I feel like now this person is seeing that you are a key player in their life. You were irreplaceable. They could have, like I said, they could have tried to replace you with a rebound. But I feel like now they're realizing how important you were in their life, that you were irreplaceable. They went out. If you got fed up and trashed them, or they walked away or chose somebody else over you, each situation is going to be different because this is a general reading. They tried to go out there and find somebody better than you, and it didn't happen. They realized that you're an important person. You're irreplaceable to this person. They realized that with the fuego here, the chemistry between the two of you, I feel like there was chemistry and passion, but I feel like if they went out and tried to replace you with a third party, the chemistry with that third party did not compare with the chemistry that they had with you. And if you're in no contact with this person right now, I do feel like they're yearning for you. They're missing you. They're reminiscing about your relationship. But this person played a lot of mind games here with the manipulation, gaslighting, scare tactics. Now, I feel like with the inner light being here, this could be your energy that you had to do a lot of soul searching to get out of this. Now, this person can also be soul searching. I feel like they are now. Like you could have had to do some soul searching and finding your true self to live consciously. But I'm almost getting like now that this person is missing you, is realizing that you can't be easily replaced. I'm not getting that this person is a full-blown narc. I'm getting more this person is inconsistent. They're flaky, they're flighty. They do play mind games. But I don't know if I'm not getting full-blown narcissist from this. I'm getting this is somebody who doesn't actually know what they want. So they just keep you in a state of confusion. But I feel like since you got fed up and walked away, now they're going and doing some soul searching, realizing what they lost out on. So let's just see here. And like I said, I feel like this person might not be a full-blown narcissist. I do feel like they have low self-esteem. So they try to lower your self-esteem because they're insecure. Because they think if you are like feeling yourself and you have confidence, this person, because they're so insecure, they're worried that you're going to go out there and realize you could do better than them and find somebody better. Now, I don't believe that in your eyes you felt that way at all. To me, I feel like you love this person. You were loyal and faithful to this person. You weren't out there searching for greener pastures. But in this person's mind, their self-worth was so low that they felt like if they didn't keep you down, if you were able to stand in your full confidence and power, you would have realized that you could do better than them. And that is why they tried to lower your self-worth. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who is a very insecure individual. Now, with the 9 of Wands coming out on this sleeping princess, I'm feeling like they were very wounded by something in their past. Now, this could have been their childhood. They could have been put down in their childhood, made to feel like shit, made to feel like they weren't loved, they weren't nurtured as a child, they weren't cared for. This could also be like a past relationship that they had where they could have been cheated on in the past or something like that. So now I feel like they have boundaries up against any new love that they have because they have these old wounds, so they're guarded. And I feel like these wounds are what makes them procrastinate and what makes them, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes them afraid to let their guard down so that they can let you in all the way, basically. So this is why they put off a commitment. This is somebody who is afraid to open up. They're afraid to move forward in a relationship, to be in a committed relationship because they don't want to be hurt. So with the Hierophant being here, I'm getting that, like, this person, they look for approval. They want to, like, conformity. Now, they could be in this Nine of Wands Wounded Warrior energy, so they could be always seeking approval from, say, their parents or family members or friends, with the Hierophant being here. And because of that, this is why they keep you as an option instead of a priority. Because they're always worried about other people's opinions, what other people think, what other people say. They're always seeking that approval, especially if they have childhood wounds. They're always seeking, especially if it's their parent, their mother, or something like that, their family. They grew up in a dysfunctional home. They're constantly trying to get that love and approval from their family. So that's why they're like almost like in a state of paralysis, where they're afraid to make a move without mommy's say so. Their parents might not have approved of you, their mother or father. And that's what held them back. Like, I feel like they might make promises to you like, oh, yeah, we're going to live together. We're going to get married. We're going to buy a house together. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. But then they have outside influences that get in their ear and basically put a stop to any progress they try to make in the relationship. Like, in other words, they'll promise you, like I said, move in together, get married, have a house, anything like that. But then with the Hierophant here, I feel like they listen to outsiders. They let other people's opinions hold too much weight in your relationship. And that is what stops them from moving forward. Now, with the Fed Up, over it, I feel like this is your energy. This person is very frustrating, I feel like. And at a certain point, you just got fed up and you were over dealing with this person's procrastination, their flighty ways. So, let's get some tarot. Yeah, this person constantly had you in a stalemate here with the Two of Swords. They're very indecisive. They could never make a decision. They didn't follow through with anything that they said they were going to do. They were always trying to avoid things, weigh their options, create deadlocks in your relationship with their flakiness. And with the Star being here, I feel like this is your energy. You had a lot of hope in this relationship. You wanted to move forward. You saw a future with this person, basically. But they were constantly putting you in a stalemate. They would never follow through with anything that they said they were going to do, basically. And like I said, I feel like they have very low self-esteem and they were seeking others' approval. Like, instead of worrying about placing you as a priority, they were constantly worried about outside approval. And that's what stopped them from moving forward. Now, with Trash, I feel like after the fed up card, you eventually had enough and decided to reject this person. It says taking out the trash, kick them to the curb. So I feel like at some point you had enough and you just ended the relationship. I do feel like this person wants to come back in with a message because we have the Page of Wands here. So we also know this person is now yearning, missing you, reminiscing about you. The chemistry that you had was real with this person. They're now seeing you as irreplaceable. I do feel like they do want to come back in. They want to come in with some kind of communication here with the Page of Wands. I feel like you trashed this because you felt like you could not move forward with this person. You want to move forward in your life with the Three of Wands here. This is about making progress, preparing, looking to the future. And you felt like with this person's flakiness and flightiness and never following through, you couldn't move on. So I feel like you felt like you had to trash this relationship in order to move on with your life because this person was just leading you in circles and it was never going anywhere. But I do feel like they are going to come in with some kind of communication towards you with the Page of Wands being here. So why is body shaming out here? So we have the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Wands. So this is pretty much confirming what I was saying. This person has low self-esteem, so they're worried you're going to find an Ace of Cups elsewhere. If they don't put you down, they feel worthless. With the Ten of Wands being here, this is somebody who feels burdened. They don't like responsibility. They don't see things through to completion. They have a hard time with that. But because of their low self-worth and the burdens that they're holding on to, they feel like if you have confidence in yourself, somebody else is going to come along and offer you this Ace of Cups, and you're going to leave them in the dust because they feel like they're not good enough for you. So they want you to feel like you have no self-worth in order for them to keep you with them, basically. Because they think that if you realize your worth, you are going to realize you could do better than them and you're going to walk away and meet somebody new and leave them. And like I said, I do feel like this person has a lot of past wounds from either their childhood, a past relationship, both. And that is why they do the things that they do. This is why they seek outside approval. This is why they try to keep you down. Now, with the rebound here, it says flighty, temporary option, unpredictable intentions. So I do feel with the Devil coming out, this, like I said, this person has very destructive behavior. They are toxic. They are codependent. I feel like they're codependent on your energy. They never made you a priority. They were too worried about everybody else and everybody else's opinions. But now that you've walked away, now they're seeing you as irreplaceable. This is somebody who, like I said, is very codependent. They're yearning. They're missing you. They're feeling like they need you. They're obsessing over you, I think, at this point. But this person has very destructive behaviors because of I'm feeling like it's a toxic upbringing. So I feel like because of that, you had to get into this King of Swords energy here and make a head over heart decision to leave this person behind. So let's see, why is key player out here? We have the Lovers to Death come out. So, like I said, you ended this situation here with the Lovers. You were in this relationship with them. You put it to death because you just couldn't take the flip-flop energy anymore with this person. Now, because you ended it, now They're seeing that you're important in their life and you're not easily replaceable. So this is somebody you were definitely in a relationship with that has ended. So let's see why the chemistry is here. Because like I said, I feel like this person did care about you. They did love you. There was chemistry. They do see you as somebody that can't be easily replaced. They are missing you and yearning for you. But they just let too many outside influences get in the way. So with the fuego, it says chemistry, intense passion, things heating up. Yeah, this person had multiple priorities here with the Two of Pentacles. Now, I'm not getting from this reading that there was that they were cheating on you. I'm just getting with the multiple priorities and the juggling that, like I said, they were too worried about everybody else's opinion. If, say you had plans with this person to do something, and their mother called and said, oh, well, I need you to come mow my lawn for me. This person would cancel the plans that they had with you to go run and mow mommy's lawn. And I feel like I said, I'm really getting toxic childhood. So I feel like it was either a mother or father or some kind of sibling relationship, something along those lines. Like this is a very I'm getting really enmeshed family dynamic, dysfunctional enmeshment with the family. And this person is always running, trying to seek mommy's approval or daddy's approval. So like I said, if you had plans with this person to do something and mommy called or daddy called and wanted them to do something, they would literally drop everything, leave you flat to go running to do for that other person. And this could even be, it doesn't even have to be family. It could be a friend. Like if you had plans and their friends called them and said, oh, well, we're going out to a game tonight or we're going to this bar, they would ditch you to run around with their friends because those outside opinions mattered more to them than your opinion. And I feel like you finally had enough. So with the moon being here, I'm really getting that this person has a lot of, like I said, they have low self-worth. They have a lot of anxiety and fear. This could even be, like with the spiritual narcissist here, like I said, they create a false sense of self because they live with a lot of shame. And this could be, you wouldn't even see this outwardly. This would be something that's subconscious, that they're not even aware of. But this is their personality traits. I feel like this person always has their guard up with you. They're always on the defense. They want to maintain control over you. And that is why they use the body shaming and the head games, because we did see the mind games, manipulation, gaslighting, scare tactics. Because they don't let their guard down. They want to maintain this control over you. And part of the way that they do maintain this control over you is by making you feel less important, by putting other people above you. And like I said, with the moon being here, I feel like subconsciously this person is a very fear-driven, anxious person. So let's see why spiritual narcissist is here. So this is somebody who can be very egotistical and very manipulative. With the Ace of Wands being here, and with the chemistry here, I feel like there was passion in this relationship between the two of you. But that passion also could lead to chaos with the Five of Wands being here. And like I said, they put you in a lot of competition with other people that were in their lives. It doesn't even necessarily, like I said, have to be another romantic person that they're triangulating you with. They will triangulate you with their friends, with their family members. They want to make sure that you know you're not the main priority so that you don't get too full of yourself here. They want to keep you down because they don't have a sense of self-worth. And I feel like eventually you had enough and you decided this wasn't worth it with the Six of Swords here, and you sailed on to calmer waters and left this person behind. But I do feel like they still have a lot of passion for you, but this person is just very dysfunctional. That's what I'm getting from all of this. So let's just see. This is the Dark Confessions Oracle cards, what this person has to say for themselves. Yeah, this is what this person is really feeling. We have, it's too difficult for me to process my emotions. I'm not available right now. So that's really what I'm getting. This person is not emotionally available. They are missing you. They are yearning for you. But this is somebody who just, I feel like is very dysfunctional. And then it says, I have many regrets that keep me from moving forward. So, like I said, this person has their guard up with you because of past wounds, whether it's childhood wounds, whether it's past relationship wounds. This person is unable to move forward. And then it says here, my mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. And that's what I was saying about the narcissist. This is somebody who feels a lot of shame. Narcissism is a shame-based personality disorder. This person can't address the shame that they feel inside, the worthlessness that they feel inside. Now, like I said, this would have happened from being neglected as a child in a dysfunctional family. So this person has their guard up. They wear a mask because it makes them feel safe. So this person really fakes their feelings. They can't move forward and they cannot process their emotions. And this is why they put you through this stress of shaming you because of their self-worth, procrastinating with you moving forward because they're unsure what to do because they're wounded, treating you like you're an option and being flighty and flaky and unpredictable because they cannot process their emotions. So that is what you're dealing with. Like I said, I think this person is going to come back in and communicate with you. They're not going to tell you that they fake their feelings because they need a mask to feel safe and that they have regrets that stop them from moving forward and that they cannot process their emotions. When they come towards you, this isn't what they're going to tell you. They're going to try to get back with you. They're going to try to use this chemistry that the two of you had to lure you back in. They are yearning for you and missing you. They could tell you that. But I feel like they might be doing some soul searching here about things, but I highly doubt they're going to tell you all of this. They might still play these manipulative gaslighting mind games with you, so just be wary. If you decide to give this person a second chance, if you decide to hear them out when they come back in your way, just keep your guard up. Like I said, this person could be going through some kind of awakening, but just keep your guard up. Don't let them come in and love bomb you and make more fake promises that they aren't going to follow through with. And like I said, they're not going to tell you the truth of why they do the things they do. So it's up to you whether you feel this person has healed and changed and is going to actually follow through with things and you want to give them a second chance, or if you just want to move on with your life. This reading isn't saying anything one way or another, but just know that this person, they have low self-esteem. So you're going to have to be dealing with these issues most likely, unless they really went in and did the healing work. possibly went to therapy or something like that. Like, I don't see them solving these issues or changing the way they present themselves in a relationship without working on themselves. So that's the reading. If you liked it and it resonated with you, drop a like, comment, or subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.